The Amazonian special loyalty. Praise to our Savior who granted us the freedom. Allegiance to the hero who called the lonely gather. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Here in a nation, flowing with the holy. Glory, glory, glory to the Father for making you a nation, a joy forevermore. Amazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation. Amazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation.
Good evening, fellow Amazonians. Good evening to you all, our brave forces. For all our papa and mami them, una good evening for all una. For all our the defenders of our homeland, our men and women in arms. Una kafedeo. Today we will get a very special interview with the person we will never talk for you or see for a very long time. But now the person we all we need for know you more, now all we need for hear from you more, all we need for understand who we be and the role we ye and others they don't play them for build the liberation on the ground, for build which will get them as Amazonians, for build which will not call and say the Amazonia Defense Forces, for start the armed resistance on the ground. Fellow Amazonians, today we'll be having a very unique interview with someone that most of you probably don't even know who he is. But you need to know who he is. And you need to understand what he and others have been able to create and to build for the Amazonian people. The ADF, the Amazonian Defense Forces that we are all proud of today. The liberation structures on the ground. What we have today as a liberation, built and created by this man and a few others. Today we have the privilege to have an interview with the Secretary General of Amazonia Defense Forces, Comrade Ayamba. And fellow Amazonians, Comrade Ayamba and myself will be proud picking them for the great state, the one and only great state of Manu. Comrade Ayamba, my brother from Ejagam, partly Buki. But also, Comrade Ayamba, if most of you don't know, now the son of one of the papa them, where they build the nationalism of the Ambazonian people. The papa be na Pa Ayamba, we all wanna know he, the Ambazonian nationalist. So it come from a line of patriots. It come from a line of service. It come from a line of building the nation and for liberate our people. Then. So we talk for both. Whether you want, I beg me go start first. Make you you just introduce yourself and salute our people then for the great state of Manu. Comrade, maybe you get a privilege for just introduce yourself a little bit and talk for Ejagam a little bit for people then for Ejagam. Then we'll go for Pidgin and then we'll go for Igbo English. So welcome, my brother.
Shake, Chang. Am I audible?
You're very audible, sir. By the way, we love that uniform. We love that ADF uniform. It looks so good.
It is the pride of the nation. It is the pride of the nation. Shake Chang. And, sorry for my smile. That I usually don't just smile.
If you can move back just a little bit.
Is that fine?
Yes, you're fine now. You're just perfect.
All right. Abone Manu, abone Jagam. Nkubun pepe. Ufoche atwanyak. Anambaki yogum ayok ege. Nchore turi. Ebokaibu pure kichot. Ebingane, echot nane. Endoknji, enokano ege. Abone Jagam, abone Manu. Baka kunobo. Are nokejera. Ere kobobra. Ura rebone Ambazonia. Nsiani rensiera. Beninyo kiko kobobrao chang. Kejingi ura foneo ere ke tim kansi benne. Nyakiko nsiani kobobra chang. Yogon. Thank you, Ambazonians. My name is Ayamba Fula Ayamba. I dwell from the great state of Manu. I'm privileged to serve as the Secretary General of the Ambazonian Defense Forces. And I should put it slash Deputy Finance Chief of the Ambazonian Governing Council. So, yeah, I'm privileged. I'm very privileged. And I know a lot of people don't know me, but it is a pleasure to be among the finest. So I'm all ears. I'm all here just to make sure Ambazonians get to know me and know the person who is behind the vision of the leader, Dr. Cho Ayaba. Thank you, my comrade, Lucas Asu.
Thank you, sir. So give us a little background in terms of your dad, your father, was a nationalist, one of the founding members of the Ambazonian nation. Give us an understanding. How does the work of your father inspired you to be doing what you're doing today?
Thank you for that question. I think inspiration from birth. Because when you plan to have a child, you know, if for those of our parents who have children know what I'm saying, what's in your heart is what the child takes from you. Every time you come back home, you meet your wife, you talk to your wife, the child listens. And I believe that's what I have been listening from birth. The plight of the people of the Amazonian plight, the suffering of our people, the pain, the agony that we have gone through. And it's not just by me, from my father, the torture he went through, the humiliation he went through. But he stood his time, stood his time. And for every Amazonian, he once said, if it's not finished by me, it will be finished by others. Because the revolution is not me, the revolution is a spirit. The leader just said it, take me down. And we are 1,000 Ayabas out there. I think I should be saying I'm one of the Ayabas. Yes, I'm honored to say it. You are one of them. And there are so many. So I'm honored to be a child of Paul Tunayamba. And we have all seen his work from years till now. It's still ongoing. The day he is going to lay to rest is the day we have a free homeland. And let me tell you, Amazonia is free. It's free. It's free. I'm telling you, it's free. I hear.
You contributed immensely in actualizing the vision of self-defense crafted, proclaimed by the leader. You contributed immensely in setting up the structures, in the training of the forces, in building what Ground Zero is all about today. Give us an idea of what that vision was, the inception of that vision, and the application of that vision in terms of how did you go about recruiting forces? How did you go about deciding that the training camp, the first training ground, should be in Dadi? What were some of the decisions or the thinking process that you all used to be able to mobilize thousands of Amazonians, inspire them, and for them to accept the mission? Can you please just give us a little bit of a background, because information moves so fast that sometimes people lose the grasp of what the foundation is about and why we are succeeding.
Yes, Mr. Spokesman. It's a history. It's a history, and the vision is not I. I will not put it as a I thing. It's a we thing. It's a we thing, and the reason why I belong to this organization is because it's a we thing. If the president appoints you today to move, it's a we thing. You're going there for Amazonia. You're not going for yourself. So it was not an I thing. So I just want us to get that picture. From inception, after the plight of the people, you got the videos, the extract of the videos that have been out. You saw when the president himself with other comrades from around the globe were sitting down before even we were thinking about 2017 March Patch or revolt started. You know, there were already consensus in there that they were putting heads together to see how this thing will start again, because as we say, every time plight of people, the agony that the people are going through, we see. And as a movement, we kind of have those indexes and we pick it up. And once we pick it up, as a movement, we have to put down concrete laws to make sure that we free our people. So moving back into history, it was not just trying to showcase that we want to put a force on the ground. No, we had principles that we had to follow, principles, and those principles are there for you to see today. For example, for you to have an army that can be identifiable, a flag that can be identifiable. And I'll give you examples. The uniform that I'm wearing, it shows an army on the ground. You can identify them. It's not just the voices in the bushes, as what do we call it? Tango.
Start and go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not what So, and I want you to go back. You remember times you hear them. They said the terrorists, but the international community does not call it as a terrorists, right? Because they know for the fact that we have met those norms. It's a code of conduct. So it was just picked around. We made sure that we had those tools to put down so that at every given time we can take a soldier, we train the soldier, we show him the code of conduct, identify your flag, know your uniform, and know what you fight for. And once we all in sync and know who the enemy is, that code of conduct is in effect. And that's why, till date, each and every Amazonian Defense Forces soldiers on the ground respect that code of conduct. That's why, if we don't give a command, it doesn't work. That's the only force on the ground. You can pick up your phone as a spokesman, give directives, ask for accountability, what went wrong, and you will get it at any given time. Try orders, not available. So when I say orders from inception, I don't know if there was orders, but I will tell you, those who stand for nationalism have proven to us, which we call them sister forces today. And the same culture and tradition we have passed on to them as well. Because once you're a sister force to the Amazonian Defense Force, we start teaching you the tradition to understand why we are fighting, why are you there, how to portray and make sure the revolution is always on the high. So it's not a walk in the park, as the leader said. It has been a journey, not myself. From inception, you had DC Kavi, who moved in to train forces. We were in the background trying to make sure that with the vision of the leader, that we had already sat down and said, okay, it's time for us to move in. Put in the voices, try to get the boys. But we were very, very cautious also, because it's not just anyone you want to put in a force. By that time also, we had a lot of problems, because even La Republique, I was in charge of vetting. I was in charge of vetting. Till today, I'm in charge of vetting. I know how many La Republique soldiers who wanted to join us. But we have our own way of doing it, and which I'm not going to put it out here, which when I just say these are just a bunch of criminals, and it ends there because they don't meet the merits of our vetting process. So it's a long journey, and I will say it today. If you give it us again that we should start it, I think we'll refine it. We'll refine it more, because what the products you see today, I think 99% of the soldiers, 99%, all were from the Amazonian Defense Forces. That I can tell you, 99%. Yeah.
So tell us about the work of your first most renowned general, whom everybody came to know, Ivo. Tell us about his work, specifically in Manu, in Meme, and what happens afterwards. And how come Manu is no longer the same as when Ivo was alive? How come Meme is no longer the same? How come Coupe is no longer the same? How come Fako is no longer the same? Indian is no longer the same when Ivo was alive? What happened?
Thank you, Spokes. Thank you very much for that question. What happened? You also, and I thank God today that we are coming up to confront these questions. Um, the so-called people who are not existence, called the IGs. Is it, I cannot have memory of which IG exists. I don't know. Sorry, because I don't know that they exist. They don't exist in my vocabulary. They don't exist. The truth about it is that we had a fine man called General Ivo. Fine man, well trained, and he happened to dwell from. He was by that time in Teke, and it's through our leader. Um, he made him move from where he was down to um, the Savannah State, and he did a lot of work. And when I came in, meeting him in places where we were supposed to meet for transactions, going to look for guns, I I sat down with him and we talked about the revolution. And in detail, he told me, Pa, I said, yes, I wouldn't lie to you. There is something that I am seeing coming, is that the people don't have the love for me to push through the vision of Dr. Choayaba. And I asked him why. He said, Pa, from the day I started, it has not been only because of ADF. It has been that I acquire materials and I push it to other forces. And I'm saying this, those who know what I'm saying can vouch. I will call some names. In those days, you used to have Bell of Bell, Thierry of Sword of Amazonia, Munyenge fight, the Battle of Munyenge. We sent in men, we sent in weapons from General Ivo, pushed in a lot. And we won that battle. That's why La Republique retreated. We won that battle because we were one force, one core force. We gained a lot of territory because we were not just looking at the ADF as a tribal force. We looked at it as a nationalist force. And that's why when he came to us and talking to me and said, look, my way of thinking, I know it's not the way you think. It is good for us to advance these weapons that we have, push it to the peripheral so that these peripherals can be as the watchdog of our core. And when he gave me that feedback, I always come back to the council or to the war council as the president advisor to brief the president about the formulas that he's trying. And we saw sense into that because we were moving very rapidly. We were moving very rapidly. We moved in the entire Atlantic state. We were in Meme, all right down to my four Victoria. We moved. We were having to Waterfall, right down to Waterfall. And all this in a single command, of General Ivo. And when we acquired materials, guns and bullets, he always call the commanders, come, they collect. And it worked. It worked so well. And each and every one of us Ambazonians saw what was happening. But like I told some folks here, that the revolution is it's something that if you don't have a mindset, being orientated to know the truth, you'll be disrailed quickly. They started by setting up infighting, soldiers to start fighting among themselves by creating boundaries that soldiers shouldn't move from one point to the other. And it was easy for them to buy soldiers because they had the money. They had the money. And that money, if you ask myself, you ask you or myself or any Ambazonian, it's not money from them. You have understood where the money was coming from. They injected so many tons of colonial francs into the hands of generals. They put them, created many generals, created many field marshals. We were watching. We were watching. We were watching. And we could only try very small because we never had a loudspeaker. We never had. And the formula was be strong first before you can even go to think about getting a loudspeaker, and that's why we injected so much for them to be alive, for them to safeguard themselves and protect our communities, our mothers, our parents, so that they can be alive. And we did that so well. And I think we had a general who knew how to galvanize the community. You saw that. And we were trying the small that we had to make sure that we keep on searching to get the materials and to make sure that constantly we give it. I was constantly on the go once the Ambazonian Governing Council and the ADF, the Ambazonian Defense Force Council, they meet and they say, we want somebody to move. And they say, okay, if you need to go, I will just pick up my bag and go, and not once, not twice, not thrice, not 4 times or not 5 times. I've been there. I've slept with them. And I know for the fact what they were going through in their lives. It wasn't a good feeling when the infighting came in because it stopped us from doing what we were supposed to do. The vision was already there. The blockage was real. There was no way. And we could not turn our guns to our brothers. It was no way. There was no way because that is what they wanted. They wanted us to take our guns and be fighting one another. What do I call it? South Sudan. It was as planned, but we read it already because we have people in the Hague of Sea that read the times, read the future. We read it very quick, and that's why we said, no, we're not going that way. We're not going that way. We received the shock. They killed a lot and made our general he was antagonized. You could see the pain in him. And he asked himself sometime in the night, he wakes me up and said, but we are sleeping in the bed, and said, why are these people so wicked? And I told him, I said, focus yourself, just focus. We will get there. So we had that strategy. Go out there, mobilize the community, go out there, mobilize the boys. For those who can join you, let them join you. All we can do in the Hague of Sea ADF is to provide whatever materials you people want. And we did that with all honesty, and we did that with all fairness. We don't shy away from that. Whether you are wounded in battle, whether you are sick, whether you fall in battle, whether you are locked up, we made sure we spend the last dime that we had. History can tell that. And I think you all saw what happened to him. I was waiting for him in the backyard. I was in G1 waiting for him. In that December, he was supposed to meet me. He was supposed to meet me. And the person who called me was Lieutenant Popo. With all the Eric Tatos scams and schemes and what do they call them, Lehman. The story was there. It's Ayamba who killed General Ivo. I was in the backyard when they were saying all this trash, But they are still alive today. And let me tell you, Spokes, the man sitting down in front of you is a devil. I'm a devil. And the pain that La République has put to us, I cannot forgive them. I can't. For killing this man, I cannot forgive them. If you are an Ambazonian, Listen to my words. We have a good leader who I think is very charismatic. You could hear in his words talking fine because he has a lot of passion for people. But I tell you, people, some of us, we don't have forgiveness in our hearts. Somebody like me, I don't have. I don't have. I have all the history one on one in my hand. Ambassadors should be very careful. Those who they feel they are playing with us, being what they call them, is it Camzonian or I don't even know those words.
Cambazonia.
Yes, what are they called in Ambazonian? I don't even like to associate that word Ambazonian in that mist. They should be careful. And I'm saying careful because it's going to be brutal. It's going to be brutal. There's no jokes about it. Everything that has happened in the revolution will be accounted for. Mark my words. The money that was come by Success Congo to me, from my hand, I approved it. I was sick in the hospital, approved it. Scammed us for buying bullets and guns in the creek. Pictures were out there. It's not forgotten. Any Ambazonian should watch out what I'm saying. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. I'm not telling you, oh, we're going to kill you. No. Watch your tongue. Watch your tongue out there because everything is recorded. It's recorded. If you don't have something to say, keep quiet. If you don't want to join the revolution, stay you away. Let the nationalists fight and give you freedom. But if you want to become a weaver bird, you want to become a spoiler, you want to become a sunbird, you want to become a palm bird, know that no matter how you eat the palm, you become a sunbird, you eat those palm trees. It never dies. It's still there. That's how the Ambazonian Governing Council is. You do everything you do, we still stand. And let me tell you, one person of us, one, will bring everybody to justice for Amazonia. So in blessed memory, General Ivo is gone, but his spirit still lives. It lives on. It lives in me. It lives in all of us. And you can see that as I'm talking to you, I'm sorry I'm not a diplomat. I don't talk, I talk with my hand because I have pain. I'm not here to smile. I have pain.
A soldier.
Yes, I have pain in me. Look, many people have not understood, and I'm saying it as it is. If they catch me, I'm gone. Ambazonia will still be there. Okay? You people should know that. As this president said, if I fall down, another person takes over. I'm not here to play politics. As I say it. You meet me for road, same we'll fight. If you are not a nationalist, I don't have friends who are not nationalists. You meet me, you want to talk nonsense, we'll meet it. You don't have monopoly of violence. I live the part of a family man and we'll crack it out there. So that's just me. I'm not here to call names or whatsoever. If you play with what I want, because I have nothing else, it's only Ambazonia I have. That's what I have in my life. And I'll fight for it until I get the freedom.
There was a point where Ivo had succeeded with the forces. He even was so close to take down Patrick Ekema. Can you tell us that story where Ekema's house that was being guarded by a number of the colonial special forces called the Bees, Ivo still succeeded to get into that house and got right into Ekema's bedroom. Unfortunately, that night, Ekema was in Douala, and Ivo left a note. Tell us how that all of that happened. How was he able to bypass 7 or 8 bees, including dogs?
Spokesman, did you see my hand?
Yes, sir.
You know the meaning?
No.
So close. We were so close. We were so close. Yeah, we were so close. And if we can buy guns to fight La Republique, you should know that we can go to every length to make sure that we save Amazonia. Yes, we masterminded that operation. It was factual that he was there, even pictures inside Ikema's bedroom. Inside Ikema's bedroom, the wife was sleeping like that in there. Of blessed memory, I think the president has the pictures, and it was pictures that we don't put out there. And by that day when that operation was going on, um, the president told us about it, and once it was completed, um, Ivo came back and told us how close it was, how he went in, got the pictures, and the next day we were hearing he was in Douala because our intelligence, I think, there was something very urgent that made him to go to Douala. And the night when um, General Ivo sneaked inside, he was not there. I think that should have been the end of him because we planned it so much that we had enough intelligence, um, and there is no way that they sit to talk. We don't know. There is no way they sit to plan to kill our people. We don't know. And if we want to get there, we'll get there because, as I say, you sniff, we hear. You talk, we hear. It's possible, and we made it possible. And others are ongoing. Others are ongoing. So it's not impossible. It was very possible. Yeah.
So, learning from what you've been able to describe as actions of the spoilers, as actions of infiltrations, as actions of what the regime direct, orchestrate, mastermind, monitored, and instruct as to what these spoilers should do. Based on all of these learnings and the pain that the ADF has gone through, with the number of men and women we have lost, the amount of materials we have lost, what we have, the shock we have able to absorb on behalf of Amazonia. Will the ADF continue down the same policy of tolerance after 7 years?
Very good question. Very good question. No, 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 no. The reason we cannot go that path, the reason we cannot go that path, we have the power right now. We have the power. We have the powerhouse of the revolution. Our leader, Dr. Chua Yaba, is the one controlling the liberation right now. From inception, now, until finish. The Amazonian Defense Force has been very tolerant because we were kind of, trying to babysit others so that we should not be able to create chaos in the revolution. But we have put in so much mitigated barriers. You can see the systems that we have put in. Why we have put in those systems, and it's working by creating alliances, creating sister forces on the ground, communication for our from our communication department, doing the work to sensitize soldiers on the ground. On a day-to-day basis, we have projects that we also help other forces to make sure that those who stand for nationalism to make sure that they should see the necessity of being in their own, maintaining their identity, but collaborate with us and make sure that whatever we have also we can share with them for operations. So right now, you can see yourself. It's not gone are those days that you can just come and tell a soldier, go kill an ADF or go to their command. No, it doesn't happen anymore. It doesn't, because they have seen the truth. It's out there. The truth is out there. They know. They call it every time, yaba, pa, yaba. That's the truth. You cannot hear it, but we on the ground, we know. Okay? We know. And we know for a fact that the soldiers are being so unified, in a way that they have come to reason that killing one of your own doesn't make sense. He's the one to give you backup when you need it. You blocking the way for him not to come and give you backup. It's like somebody telling you be in a house and he locks the door and then the fire is burning. You don't know how to save yourself. You are just caged. Right now, we have seen soldiers moving from Bui, coming right down to Momo. Were there not sister forces on the road? Why they didn't block them? Because we have that entente. We have the understanding. We speak the same language because of hard work that we did from the background. From the background. So it's not going to exist again. And remember, when we were talking about this, people thought maybe we were some crazy lads out there, that there will be a time where the revolution will be on autopilot. What are you seeing now? The soldiers know where they belong. The soldiers know what to do. They know who to anchor to. You don't hear those ones who like, they is it Sikot Jutsen? But I said he had what I don't even know what he had. What's this other one again? There are so many that I don't even like remembering those names because they are inconsequential in my words. You know what is very important to me is the soldiers that are down there. How you can go out there, talk to people, to Amazon, mobilize funds for them to be able to provide for these soldiers. So no, it will never happen again on the ground. It will never happen again. And people know, they know that anything that nears our camps that we don't know, you are not you are treated as an intruder. You be gone down. You be gone down. So no mercy for that. But it does not come to that because the soldiers on the ground, they know we have harmony. The soldiers, all of them, they have harmony. From Bali, from Bafut, from Meme, with all the ones of Sokadev, they are brothers. They are brothers. They are working together. We assist them to make sure that they protect themselves. The general from Meme just came back. What did we do? How much was put in there from the liberation tax? How much? Look at the material he brought. Was it only for them? With their own sister forces there, the Sokadefians. He gave them some. And you saw one that came out from the Trans-African Highway. It wasn't only the ADF. It was the sister forces there. That shows you unity in progress. Maintain your identity. We are not here to take away your identity. Like the president said the other day. Your name of your force we can put it in a place, in the name of a place, and that's the beauty of Ambazonia. We are not here to come and seize, but we have never done that. That's not one of our modus operandis. Our modus operandi is to make sure La Republique get the hell out of our land by fire, by force. They have to go out. So, as I can say to your question, it will not happen. It will never happen. No matter what the plan, and I will tell you here, no matter what the plan, we have deflected their plans long ago with intelligence. Long ago. Long ago. All these things, I keep on hearing people coming to talk to me about. There's a comrade. We were sitting down in when they created the Southern Cameroon, sorry, the contender forces, and the Southern Cameroon Resistance Forces of General RK. I remember of blessed memory when we were all together. I think we were with this Nikon Pope called Capo Daniel, or what they call him, or what Ngong and Mawel, or what they call him. I don't. And we had this gentleman. I call him a comrade, Glenn Chia. Yeah, we were all there, and we have had that and turned. Not today. Not today. We had a move with them. That was to show. Yeah, that's to show our good faith. Have we ever taken our guns to go and round it up? We never did that. Till today, even in Boyo, behind the scenes, I and the president had worked so much to have Boyo to come into understanding between themselves, and how much support we have been given, right down even to they call the Sagat, which of the mountain lions. We have done so much work, and I'll tell you the truth. Nobody can today go to these forces and tell them again, and they will listen to them because they already know. They already know. They already know.
The leader has said in a recent interview, or probably since 2023, the focus of the organization is to harmonize all the forces on the ground. That collaboration, political collaboration out here, because none of these people out here or any movement has proven themselves over the last 7 years to show any signs of nationalism or a belief for independence. They have mostly acted as spoilers and collaborators of the regime. And recently, we've seen their actions being shown by meeting they are having with inconsequential political opposition actors, preparing themselves for what they term political transition after Biya. So, with all of this, the president has given specific directives that collaboration, both political and defense collaboration, will be done on the ground to speed up the liberation process. Is your department now focused on creating a practical formula to bring forces on the ground under a focal point to speed up the liberation process?
Thank you. Look, I'm one of the person that I think with my I work very remotely behind the scene, and it is not today we started to make sure that each and every force speak the same language we speak, and the language we want them to speak, it's the spirit of nationalism. So right now we are in effect. Let me cross a bit into the liberation tax. That's where you see it of bringing together forces. And the other day, I was giving a report to the president. One gentleman called me through the CIO that the wife has been arrested. He's carrying out a building in I think in Boya there, somewhere next to the colonial, what's his name, Diongutes, what I call him is Diongute or whatsoever, side to go to his village. And the boys came in there and arrested them. And they saying, oh, maybe he was kidnapped. I said, it's not kidnapped. They arrested them. Why? And I asked him, I said, have you paid your liberation tax? There was no liberation tax. And they paid it. Once they paid it, but behind the scene, the soldier called me when I called the wife's phone and said, he said, sir, I hope we know the liberation tax of the egg of C, ADF. We know it. So I hope she has paid it long time because we asked them, they did not show us the receipt. So you must show us the receipt. They are long time. It should not be today. And I was speechless because I can't. I'm somebody who is making sure that these boys should be able to have the power to enforce this law. And I come to be telling them lies. And I was shocked. And these are not even forces under my command. And I went back to the brother and said, please, you just have to negotiate your way out. And they told me openly that they will use the money to buy arms, to arm themselves. And should I tell them to let go the woman? I can't. I can't. I couldn't because they told me with what it is, she has not paid the liberation tax. And here we are. She has paid through the egg of C just the same moment. You want me to create forgery now by to go? It's not me writing receipt. It's a computer generated thing. It will give the date of that day for accountability purposes. So I had to tell him the truth. I told the soldier, I said, okay, please, I'll get to your general who was Sagat. And he asked me, you have Sagat's number? Yes. I said, yes. And he said, yes, Pa, we know when we were out on the mountain race, Pa Yabacho sent us 500,000 to buy seeds. I said, yes, I know. But please, just have mercy. Whatever you want to do, don't harm the lady. And I believe that they would adhere to whatever you want them to do. That shows what? They know the language already, the liberation tax. You go to Boyo, it's not the egg of CADF, but we have made them to have the same language to collect the taxes. If you collect the taxes, each and every one in the territory pays his tax. You can use that to arm generals, to arm the boys, to make sure that protected, to give them a chance of survival. In Bui, we did the same. The ARF forces, they speak the same language. They are collecting liberation tax. They are doing so. Even in Meme, even in Dog, they are doing the same. So it's not a new thing. It's work on the ground that we did for them to speak the same language. And that is the nightmare. That is the nightmare of the Weber beds. It's a nightmare. They give them belle bite. They give them poche belle. Look, they cannot dare. Whatever they are doing, we know. They cough, we know. They sleep, we know. They sleep, we know. They sleep, we know. I am telling you the truth. I am not telling. Look, I know there is a lot of things that I know that I cannot even, before they come out, we know. Because it is inconsequential. Look, let me tell you, in a revolution, what is happening today is not a film. La Republique knows who to talk to. La Republique is playing a formula that the idiots who are out there, they are allowing it to happen to them because they don't know, they don't understand what is revolution. Go read books. Go watch videos. You take people, you put them, you look at people listening to Ngong Emmanuel, what are they calling Ngong Emmanuel? You take people, you hear him, you say, I was sitting down, I have asked the La Republique to go and sit down with Chris Anu, I have asked La Republique to go. Why don't you bring them together? Because you don't want them together, because you are knocking their heads. Whose sensible person will agree that you put me this side, and then I am this side, this other one is this side? Because now hungry people, they don't get any sense of direction. La Republic knows who to speak to. The time will come, he will speak to us. He will speak to us. We got guns. Not just guns, big guns. The time will come, he will speak to us.
By the way, SG,
And we are buying more. We are buying more. Big ones.
those statements. Remember, there's a lot of just a lot of noise out here. When people have become very inconsequential, they try to use social proof, which is just labels. I speak to Mr. Paul B. I speak to Mr. Diongute. If you had the power to speak to Mr. Diongute, you will not be on YouTube. All right, I'm just saying, so that Ambazonia should not get carried away. All right, this is all just propaganda. It's all just mere wishful thinking. All right. These are, first of all, these are people that said that they had forces, and it's over 2 years now. They have actually, from being the CICs to being weaver birds on behalf of La République du Cameroon. So when spoilers have nothing else to offer, all right, they become a liability to Cameroon. They are now a liability to Cameroon military propaganda. Okay, they are creating more chaos for Cameroon. So the money that Cameroon is giving them is actually causing more chaos on them. Now let's get back to the question. You wanted to answer the first part of the question. You've given us some explanation of how the liberation tax is bringing forces together. Now give us a second part in which we ask you about the instrument of what's your new policy going forward in terms of getting these forces to be working together on the ground. You've given us a lot of explanation. Take us to the second phase.
Spokes. You know, when you have money, you have power. That's the fact. When you have money, you have power. We got power. The power we have is not to create chaos. The power we got is to identify the nationalist forces and arm them. Arm them. I mean, arm them. So that the agenda for our freedom can be achieved. Right now, we have elements that we have identified around the entire territory. And we have seen for the fact that for you to be able to implement your vision, you need the what we call the hard power. We have the soft power and we have the hard power. And we have identified where exactly we need the hard power. Let it be known, revolution is not won in the entire territory of Ambazonia. So don't think because we are not fighting in Victoria, it means there's no revolution. No. We are very focused to implement where our nationalist forces are. And right now, we have major operations who it's being headed by the head of operations, where we have identified key projects where it's been linked to all these forces, how they can come together and take operations without any combustion among themselves. What we have identified is that once we have enough money, which people are putting together through the liberation tax, it could be used to arm mostly, not only the Ambazonian Defense Forces, with the nationalist forces on project basis. Nobody is left alone on project basis. And with that, it's already in effect. You saw what happened today in Bui.
Mhm.
That's one of the effects.
The leader announced in his interview last week that 2023, within the first few weeks of 2023, uh, January, February, and the first week of March, the Ambazonia Governing Council generated a revenue of 25 million colonial currency, CFA, in just the first January, February, and the first week of March. 25 million. So for those of you that are asking, like there's someone actually sent an audio last night and asking, so how much money when I don't when I raise and we never know how much money when I don't get them when I don't collect them for this liberation tax. Well, the leader don't tell all now the first 2 months and the first 1 week for January, February, and the first 1 week of March, the Ambazonia Governing Council it be raised 25 million for this 2023 for liberation tax. And for all our people them, since they created the liberation tax, and I don't see the major difference in terms of the constant weekly operations. And as the Secretary General they tell all now, the goal now for the Ambazonia Governing Council now for use this money for give the forces on the ground. All the forces on the ground with the Ambazonia Governing Council don't identify them through their actions, through their behaviors, say they qualify for being nationalist forces. The Ambazonia Governing Council now for provide them with what they see and they happen for in front of a screen. We want shaking the ground and shaking like the public for all corner them. The second thing, now for help these forces them, may they get RPGs, the big weapon them, so that for every place where La République du Cameroon you want pass for Amoka, that Amoka must go down immediately. At this stage, our liberation struggle after 7 years, La République not supposed to work out Amoka. And the only reason they still work out Amoka, where they never pack for our land, that because they don't see the weaknesses. And these weaknesses, as the SG don't explain for all our people them, these weaknesses they come now because of these spoilers. People today, the international community don't tell them say La République create them now for cause infighting, now for make we not move forward. And as Mr. Biabi talk, say you get your own partners where they work with them. So as SG don't talk for all now, make we understand the necessity and why it be important for every Ambazonia for pay liberation tax. So now SG, make we come for this liberation tax now. You don't cite a case of a family where they build their house because they not pay the liberation tax or the liberation building permit for pay the liberation tax for that project. Forces, for different forces under mountain lions, they can't arrest them. Explain them for Ambazonians. What go happen if you build your house for a place and you never pay the liberation permit for that house? What go happen if you travel, they stop you for road and you never pay your liberation tax? Help for people, them talk for them for Pidgin, what I want to talk now for Ejagam, if you want to talk now for Kenya, you want to talk now for Buki, any language where you know say you go feed, deliver this message for the way where every Ambazonia go get them. Say as we enter for this match for 2023, it no go be the same again. Help our people them understand what go happen for them if they not pay their liberation tax and they want to move around the territory.
Make I put our pigeon. I think say
Yes.
for pigeon, one man fee hear me. You know go be you know go be game as usual again where person just the thing say I want comot Manfe go Kumba. I want comot Manfe go Bamenda. I just dey go. Take motor just dey go. No, gone are those days. That days don't pass. Any person waiting for the territory, any person waiting for diaspora, you no pay your liberation tax. I don't mean say this year from the time when they start, you never pay. This one you never pay. When they arrest you, I'm saying it, you're on your own. My number, you don't know. Because it is your duty, your right to pay your liberation tax for your freedom. La Republic we don't hold you for 162 years, or how many years counting. You don't pay tax even for manu. Ejam, day, water, no day. Village come out, no day. Talk less of light. I mean, talk less of light. Road, no day. Clinic, no day. Now 2 hours you dey take am for worker from my village. Go reach for road. Inside 21st century. And then when they tell you to pay liberation tax way, it will help to free you. You know one pay. But tomorrow when they get freedom, for the people who run lost their life, you want to enjoy the freedom. It will not work. Both diaspora, both on the ground. What I did do in a building, pay your liberation tax. Pay your liberation tax. Because the first question when you call my phone, I go ask you, you don't pay. If you say no, you are on your own. I know say my phone they ring all the time. But all they don't already know waiting will be the question why they ask them. So if you never pay your own, your mommy, your papa, your sister, your uncle, your auntie, all those women picking them or whether papa them or a brother them where they run day of age to pay liberation tax, it's their right to pay for their freedom. If you did diaspora, pay them, you need to pay. It's as simple as that. If you pay a liberation tax on the run see for TV, they leave you pass. No person will arrest you. You get right to pass as an Amazonian. You even get right to be protected at that moment when you are passing. Because you don't help for them to get the weapons to secure our territory.
Fellow Amazonians, when I don't hear directly from the big man for ADF, the liberation tax, I don't take away from last year, it push we for place we did today. We for any place we need the Republic to sleep. They give the forces them what they need them. We need for speed up the process for end Cameroon a presence for Ambazonia. As the leader talked last week and he talked again this week for an audio message. Now 3 kind people they exist for Ambazonia. Now 3 kinds. The first groups of persons. Now we. The first groups of Ambazonians. Now brother Ayamba. Now the Ayabas. Now the Julius Nye. Now the General Capos. General Kumbo. Now the commanders on the ground, where they don't pick guns. One meet them where they sing Ambazonia every day. They observe Ghost Town. The first groups of persons, now the nationalists. The people who don't stand for defend what people their rights, what people their dignity, for end Cameroon occupation. Now the first set of persons that a person with pay liberation tax, you be a nationalist. A person with build community school, the teacher will teach them, the people that they design the curriculum for that picking them. The people that they feed were refugees and help those refugees picking them, those who are refugee picking them, make them develop the Ambazonian spirit. Now the first set of persons that we, the nationalists. The second set of persons, now they now the one where they declare restoration of independence, they not provide guns. Now the one where they talk say they be Ambazonia for 2017, and then 2018, they start to call themselves Southern Cameroons. Now the one where they talk say they believe for self-defense, but they don't get anything to do with self-defense. Now the people the way when the nationalists they carry out actions against Cameroon, now them they go cry on behalf of Cameroon. Now the second group of persons that the Confucianist. The Confucianist. The people where they want to make you go right and then they'll tell you you go left. One day they can't tell you go up, the next day they'll tell you say they will go down. The Confucianist. The last group of persons are traitors. How did they get traitors? Once you start to act a certain way, and La Republic knows you not be serious, La Republic will bribe you, it will corrupt you, and it will make you become a traitor. So now so that they filter them. Now the three kinds of persons that they exist for the Ambazonian liberation struggle. I wanna need to identify who be a Confucianist, who be a traitor, and who be a nationalist. At this moment, La République du Cameroon, it don't lost the war. So that they only use the Confucianists for confuse the Ambazonian people them, make them know say Cameroon don't lost the war. Because the Confucianists, they are golden now for confuse your mind. Now for when the nationalists they can't talk one thing, Cameroon no can argue and fight we. They use now the Confucianist for can't confuse the message of the nationalist. For can't oppose the message of the nationalist. These Confucianists, their other name now weaver birds. Their other name now weaver birds. Now them that they make the kind noise where they disturb and irritate you every day. So since Cameroon don't lost the war, Paul Biya not be anywhere to be found. Diongute not be anywhere to be found. Atanganji Sesef not be anywhere to be found. Buba, the Cameroon terrorist general for the BDM, he not be anywhere to be found. The people who declare war on Ambazonia, they not be anywhere to be found. What they get, we only get and we remain. Now the set of confusion is where they don't create them within us. For give Cameroon a cover. Because the one spoil your mind. Make you know say Cameroon don't lose the war. That's why when I see Mr. Biya, she don't quiet. The Ongute no can't talk. Now they are only people they can't talk now. Now they are paid Confucianist agents. That's the first thing I want to need for know. The second thing we need for know, as the leader explained for always, that the public don't lost the war because they talk say they be will win with for 2 weeks. now na 7 years. They not fit fight, they not fit defeat. Senator they don't run, mayor they don't run, parliamentarians they don't run, all their political system, they don't be eliminated. The only thing we remain now, na their army they will they stay for armor car. So what they get now, where it remain, na the propaganda from the Confucianists. Na the last thing that where it remain for La Republique inside Amazonia. So what we want make our people they take home today. We not take home today. The land don't be free. La Republique only get now that these paid agents, people will not fit take care of themselves. They depend on the occupier for give them chop money, for pay their house rent, for move them from point A to point B. Now the only thing that remain. These people they not get any effect in terms of the conduct of the liberation, in terms of diplomacy, because now which kind of diplomat you go can't talk for this shit not wibilize them. You can't talk for a traitor. You can't talk for these weaver birds. Which kind of diplomat? The only people the way they will talk for this kind kunyams, this kind thief people them. Where they feel sell even their own woman, sell even their own picking them, sell even themselves. Now only Paul Biya, Diongute, Atanganji, and the colonial governors. Now only my country people they talk with this kind of people then. So we now understand the game. Today when I don't hear from the person where they command the forces, the person where they make things that they happen on the ground. And the masters that are the masters in this, where they make things that they happen. Are the masters in this. So when we get a special time, so today, for talk for the masters of the game, make we take the message very seriously. I will not emphasize the liberation tax enough. Even if it's my family member, one no say for most of my family member, they be the first people they pay their liberation tax. Even if it's my family member, and you never pay a liberation tax, go pay a liberation tax because the day waste forces to go catch you water for which place. Call my phone. Because your first responsibility and duty now for pay your liberation tax first. As a citizen, as a patriot, especially we want to be free. You don't get any future for Amazonia. So, SG, make we conclude them. We don't go for about an hour, 20 minutes now. We want to ask you, tell us, what is this liberation tax it could do if all Amazonia they pay their money? If the Amazonia Government Council they get the budget we don't request for, first of all, I want to thank you and I want to thank the department of the department, the AGOFC department way for the War Council. I want to thank all who don't work so hard for help the leader and the forces. For the first time for ADF in history, ADF get a war budget for the first time. Now the first thing that I want just thank una so much for saying una don't come up with this policy where it be started first. The Supreme Commander as the leader tell we that the Supreme Commander General Ivo bring up the idea of the liberation tax. Say me the leader look how they fit make this thing make it be a political liberation tool. And for the work we need to do and for lay the groundwork for this. So the first thing I'm thanking plenty for this brilliant idea for the liberation tax and the budget we don't raise them for the ADF. I know we talk this one. I think say one of the things that we don't shape the ground and really change the ground. And the fact say ADF now you get such a budget say at any time if it step up on the ground, not only for protect, but if other forces they get problem, ADF is stepping on the ground and give them the kind backup power where they need them. Now, I know say the organization never give the final figures where the liberation tax on generate them, but we know say from which the leader don't talk for previous months and which he don't talk last week, and Bazuna they figure an estimate of which the liberation tax it don't generate them. May not be my place today if I can guess the combined estimate if it be. You tell me for place where they now make we talk say in the next 3 months. If Ambazonia had raise 100 million for liberation tax on the ground, it would be very possible based on our population how it will help the liberation.
Thank you, Spokes. I don't just jot that question down, but I know we'll start with that question. I want first thank our Ambazonian people just for the fact say they adhere to our core for contribute for their freedom. And it don't make a very big change. It don't make a very big and significant change. Now, one of the things that we see it make the weaver bed that they talk too much. Man way he get plan, let it talk too much.
Amen.
That is why me I no be the commot can't stand the talk. I not get plenty for talk. If I want to talk at the talk na anger. Anger, what go talk.
You talk the action.
Oh, when I talk and say I want talk, I go talk na anger, action, anger. Yes. So, Spokes, permit me make I tell you some small thing. Me and Ambazonian people they know before I come back and answer you the question we give me for liberation tax. I want to talk about the weaver bed. You see, I get one of my sister in arms. He put up a very good post. I don't know whether Ambazonian see that post. He say that other one don't come today because one that titles waiting. My country people now waiting call waiting name. He talk
Yeah,
today.
my
He say
country people.
he said he did London. He dey enjoy no be so. The other one say he been Ndong Emmanuel. He did outside now. He come up from Korea. He don't go outside.
Now the public don't move it. Now the public don't move it from that place. Bring it for Canada just for give small fame to say the Canada.
All right. But more put them in a layman understanding. There is no mercy in Ambazonia as a claim. Why they need to go back there? There is no mercy, right? As a claim. Why are they not going back? But instead they are going out to enjoy themselves. Now, one of the posts where my sister posted for a Facebook page, where I happened to read it, and it made me rethink. Of when I say when I be in control, when I get the powers, when I talk to minister, when I talk to president, then there is no mercy in that land because you know every person. Why you no go shit on for day? They tell we say you did you talk, you did meet, you did do anything where you do. The fact that I say waiting as you talk, a weaver birds. They just continue to talk. I take you to history. There was a time when the Ambazonian Governing Council be sent me on a mission. And when we come up for that mission, all man way, you know my lifestyle, will put down for me. Even when I did day for backyard, I get a no policy for when I did for mission, I did for mission. The respect I have for Ambazonia, you cannot take it away from me. The respect and conviction that I have. The moment I step out of my house, I have only one thing in me: freedom, 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 freedom. If I have not attained what the mission that I was sent for, even if you offer me what, whether you offer me drink or come meet me in my hotel, I don't meet you. I don't even meet you. I don't even talk to you. But if I tell you stories about people that we have met, we are here for an important thing, will leave us, are going to nightclubs, people who came to deliberate for Amazonia. So we should be very careful. We should be very careful with the people that we think we entrust in. We don't talk. We are action orientated. Coming back to your question, Mr. Spokesman, I have one word to answer your question. And the one word is to thank Ambazonian people. We don't make sure, say, we don't get this money, this budget. The thing I will tell you here, na say, La Republic no go sleep. All our roads, everywhere will become a mining field for them. All our roads will become a mining field for La Republic. Mark my words. They will not sleep. There will be no peace for them. And I can attain these words. Freedom is near. When you see me start coming out, freedom is near. Freedom is near. Amazonians, freedom is near. We are free. We are a free people. What you people have done for us, giving us that budget, I can assure you, they call themselves Ikelebe, they are in armor cars. Their graveyard is our land. Their graveyard is our land. Those roads that they think that they can put themselves in armor car, it will be a minefield for them. Until the last man leave our land. That land is ours. We no dey drag am with any person. Na our land. They say we no go sleep now. They do they no go sleep. I want thank Ambazonians. On a comot, on a pay on a liberation tax. Man way in no say one freedom, pay your liberation tax. See the effect of what we are doing. La Republique, whether you like it or not, our road is a minefield for you people. Those ones who are doing construction who think that there is no construction ongoing in our land, be aware. You are just being a stubborn fly. We can see you. We are watching you. When it happened, don't say we did not warn you. We did. We have guns. And we have big guns. And we are buying big more guns. And we are buying big more pops to pop La Republic more and more. Let me tell you, even if we do not pop them, those one even in the back, we're gonna put a pop so that we make boom. Oh, they'll be frightened because they have no place to sleep. That's for sure. I am telling you, they will not sleep until the last man leave our land. I have not spoken my heart because my way is they do things that they talk. Comrade Ashu, you know where we come from. If I want to tell you the pain from where we come from, you know. But I thank the Ambazonian people for those who have contributed. They will see the result of what they have contributed. Our soldiers will be in safe keeping. They will protect our generals. They will protect the least soldiers. And freedom is near. Freedom is near. I am telling you people, freedom is near. La Republique has nowhere in our land. They are in existence. It's not, again, the time when they used to come to put adjudicate mayor on a deal. He come talk. Look, October 1 on a 20th May or 11th February, you carry people, their papa, you put the 106 of them, you made them carry some flag. Is that no humiliation? We are free people, man. We are free. The money we will get today, I can tell you, La Republique will not go free in our land. Our land will become landmine every place they pass. I am saying these words, get it to them. Anywhere they pass, we are going to invest in that so much that either they should start going to meet whether it's who to start to in those days when we started the revolution, they went and brought one witchcraft doctor, whether from where, I don't know whether that one still exists again. I think he died. They should go and bring
the one from the spiritual doctor from Malta.
yes. I am saying this. I am saying it, and I mean it. And I mean it. Look, take it with this liberation tax. I am telling you. I'm not gonna talk much. I don't tell you. Say our mind feels. Look, there will be a day we will pick 10 La Republique. Onago Georgia.
Fellow Ambazonians, it's been a privilege today for Comrade Ayamba na brought away over the last few years since my involvement for this liberation struggle. That the people in this way, they don't inspire some of we, develop some of we. The work where they do them for the foundation way they lay them for all we. Now it don't make even somebody like me, I feel even stand in front of for even speak. Now it make even some of we will even feel to get a platform for even part of this umbrella where they call and say the Ambazonia Government Council. So Brian, I want to thank you first of all for your own contributions so you don't make them. The contributions where your family don't make them for liberation. Your contribution, the foundation where your papa lay them for all we and give you the seeds we don't germinate today where they call and say the Ambazonia Governing Council and the picking that they serve under this umbrella. I want to thank you plenty and for which you all and I don't do them for all. Secondly, I want to thank you for your leadership where you don't provide them for the Ambazonia Governing Council through the Ambazonia Defense Forces. The kind of vision when I don't lay them and the kind of inspiration and structure so when I don't build them for our people then. As you don't talk, leaders, they need to talk that much. People where they do real work, they need to talk that much. They talk are based on the work where they do them. And so, with you when I don't build them, you and everybody we don't help for build with you will get them today. We stand on place where we stand today that because of the work when I don't do them. The Ambazonia Defense Forces today will be globally known, internationally known. The whole world know them. Now because of the work when I don't do them. So Papa, continue with that kind of passion and with your new position now where they don't make them for bring people them for war council together with people them for finance so that things they would be faster. I hope say that because you get the energy, not because you get the knowledge, and I hope say the combination of your defense expertise and also for can help the finance people that may they understand the urgency on how to get things done faster. I hope say it go help not only you but both departments for become much more effective. So thank you, Papa, for saying you don't take the time today for not only educate our people them, but give them the historical perspective of which you don't build them. Why we do the things and we do them? Why even when the occupier, the instrumentalized Confucianist, for make we create a South Sudan situation so that we will change, so that the narrative of the liberation, it will be now from people that they want to fight for be free, that people that they fight amongst themselves. And we avoid them, we advert them, we make them, we not fall for that trap. And today, now that same disease of the occupier, we want to use them against Ambazonia. Now I don't use them for chop the Confucianist into non-existence. We hope say we'll get more time for make you can't talk for our people then, because anger is a very useful energy for do good things, for turn bad situations into the future. As a nationalist, as a patriot, we don't talk say we don't multiply. When they take out 1, 10 more, 20 more, it come up. Now, which last words of encouragement you get them for our people then?
Well, I want to thank all the Ambazonian people and my parents, the entire Ambazonian territory, those from the Ijagam land, those from Manu, my in-laws, my brothers and sisters. I really thank each and every one of you. I think for those who have really supported the ideology of nationalism, I really want to thank each and every one of you. For my comrades who are inside the egg of sea that have known me thus far, I thank them immensely, because without them also, I will not be where I am. Whatever we do, like I said, and let me say this to the Ambazonian people to know. The egg of sea, as people acclaim, it's Bamenda thing. It's not Bamenda thing. We are from the Atlantic, and we have top. I think we even we even control more positions than people from the savannah. We look at it critically. I'm just saying it, you know.
That's true. The vice president of the egg of sea, the chairman of the national council, the secretary general of egg of sea, the secretary general of Ambazonia Defense Forces.
We have forgotten the head of finance. The head of finance.
The head of finance. The head of finance.
The head of national security. Come on. And which other post again remain? The chief of staff. So I'm really no. It is sorry to have a smile on this. You know, it is good for Ambazonians to know. The egg of sea is very open. I think we are blessed to be serving under the leadership of Comrade Chua Yaba, who is our president. You know, and I want Ambazonians to really understand it's not a Bamenda thing. It's a movement for every Ambazonian to join. You have missions everywhere. Come and join. Come and join. Join your mission. From there, you will grow. That's how I joined. I joined when my senior brother was the SS, you know, the Secretary of State. You know, I didn't join just as I was a member of the mission where I was, you know, and I grew from that ranks to gain confidence. And I'm pleading to each and everyone. Today, I'm holding a position from the Secretary General of the Amazonian Defense Forces, and again, the Assistant Secretary of Finance, right? And it's to tell you that if they didn't trust me that much, they couldn't give me all those positions that I hold, you know. And it's for real. I'm pleading to all Ambazonians, please. Those in the diasporas, those at home, please, you have done what no other person could have done for us by paying your liberation tax. Those who have not paid, please pay it so that this liberation should be done before you even think. It's just remaining something small. And I show you, with the budget we have now, you people are seeing the result already. There is nothing more I can ask more of you. Give us the tools and the tool is finance. We are not an organization that is like those other con men. We are very credible people, very credible, from the leader to the last man. Even the liberation tax money is not even controlled by us. It's controlled by the soldiers in their committee. In their committee, they adjudicate themselves who is to collect what is supposed to be collected before the president signs the loan. I am pleading to Ambazonians. This is a credible organization that has stood its time. Let's entrust in this organization. It will give us the freedom that we never even thought of. It's a matter of time. I thank you all immensely. Those who I know, those who I don't know, those who have gone before us, the Ivos, the big number.
Thank you, brother.
The ones that I slept with them, you know, the ones that I slept with them, you know, it's painful. It's painful to talk about it. It's painful. It's painful.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We feel you.
It's fine.
Fellow Ambazonians, now Secretary General that of the Ambazonia Defense Forces. So now I don't give a closing remarks and obviously for you for the talk about which these what forces on which what people don't go through. Time kuna plenty. All right, SG, have yourself a great evening. We thank all una for una time when I don't take them for listen. We thank all una for una time when I don't take them for participate, for una contributions. As a leader, don't tell we always. The Republic don't finish for our land. It be up to we now for take over. Pay your liberation tax, make we take over our territory. Lastly, we now start to organize ourselves under the Ambazonia Governing Council. We now start for come join the Ambazonia Governing Council so that we start to build more institutions on the ground for your community. So that the takeover process, it will be a lot more easier. We fight this fight and for give power back to the Ambazonian people. Them. Now you go on, we want make now you govern. We want make now our Pekin a govern. We want make now you govern. Una can't join, we help all una for set up the structures of Ambazonia for una for take over una country back and for create the kind of future we go give every Ambazonia the opportunity. The leader don't tell all una. Now una movement this for una independence. Una come in, make all we do the work so that we give power back to the Ambazonia people. Them. Cameroon time for land, it don't end. Pay your liberation tax, make we get the job, make we complete the process of the job. We thank you plenty for taking the time for joining for this interview. Una get a great evening. Tomorrow we'll talk for una for 8 p.m. Amba time. Una good night.
Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4. We start. 4. We start. 4. We start.
Hail, hail, hail this land of glory. Amazonian, special loyalty. Praise to our Savior who granted us the freedom. Allegiance to the hero for God alone we gather. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Here in a nation, flowing rivers and holy. Glory, glory, glory to the Father for making you a nation, a joy forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation.
Welcome to ACN.